Well, some local businesses around here, but this is the site where it's earmarked for development, potential development I should say. See the amount of foliage and trees here, wildlife as well. I have seen a deer here, probably a roe deer, but I'm certain a trail of destruction here, various businesses here, houses, etc. But try not to disturb that deer. But, I don't think it's going to come out again. Well, this is the site where used to be the old nursery. I think it's part of the old Bailey's nursery. I'm not going to say where. It's all closed off. I think a lot of the old polytunnels were demolished around about 18 months ago. Probably several planning applications I expect by various developers. But of course it won't be at a price for the local needy, certainly for the living wage. And the rents around here are also very high. As you can see, there's foliage here, but certainly goes down there, the site, across here. Presumably, I think it's probably over there, although I've not looked it up on the council website to see if there's any applications in, but certainly there were signs up and big public notices about it, and also subsequent locals putting signs up about stopping. I think it's something like maybe over 500 houses, I can't remember now, but about 12-18 months ago, stopping such aggressive developments all through the town. Certainly various towns, villages and cities all through the country, on the edges of towns as is here, and around villages and all around cities. Now there's a lot of empty houses, so why can't they use those? There's a lot of political tension about all this. Certainly empty houses, derelict buildings, etc. could be used on brownfield sites, not open land like this. I mean, there's quite a lot of development around here. Busy roads, close to the motorway just over there, and also well, we're about a mile and a half from town. Sadly, demise of the garden centre, as with farming, has caused a lot of this, plus the explosion in the amount of in their population, which of course most people think it's immigration. Others may also say it's broken families and divorces need a lot of extra housing, but there's nothing for the young people, not at affordable prices, not for the living wage, well beyond what the local wages are. Now, not everybody can be solicitors, a lot of planes around today, or doctors, so of course they're beyond higher wages, being able to afford the high prices. Probably right, something like, I think the average price in the country something like 300,000 these days. Obviously probably that's for 3 bedroomed, probably semi-detached. Of course sometimes, in some cases, it's very high with the very low wages, as in the West Country. This is certainly a more prosperous area, but of course still premium for housing, and also not the housing for the younger families, and the rent prices are very high. You can probably hear the road noise, of course, some of the old concrete there from the old buildings demolished.